How are things rolling for you now so far?
Going good. Good first couple days and good stuff to build on. And, it's just early days of camp and finding, new problems maybe that, hadn't arisen before and coming up with solutions. And it's and then practicing what, we need to get good at. And just, good start to camp and just, regular, nothing out of the ordinary, which is good.
Talking a lot about the run game and trying to get that going. Is there anything you can gather from what you've seen so far in terms of improvements, or is it too early to really tell it?
It's probably too early, but we're working on, even the first day. I remember it was between periods. Nuge, just speaking to myself, like, hey, on this block, I want you to do this, not that. Next period did it, and now I got the feel for it. So, it's just little stuff like that where, a lot of similar concepts, similar carryovers. I feel like every team in the NFL runs, a version of the same stuff. It's just the little nuances, and I feel like we're getting better at it.
Do you feel like what was your reaction to Justin getting his contract extension?
That was pretty cool. That was really cool. I remember when I think my first year in the NFL, I remember seeing Aaron made like $24 million and Justin's making twice as much as that. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's really wild. Obviously, well deserved. Obviously, we all know the type of player he is, type of potential he has, and very happy to see that. And can't wait to see what he buys. So that'll be pretty interesting. And then,
gifts for Christmas.
Well, yeah. I mean, not that. I'm more so jet, boat, whatever. But I'm just kidding. But but yeah. So it's, anyways. All in all, very happy for him. Everybody was ecstatic for him, and well deserved.
Where have you seen him take a step now in his fourth training camp? Or I know you haven't been here the whole time.
He's like confidence through the roof. Get awareness through the roof. Again, early days in camp, everybody's feels like they're winning the Super Bowl now. I mean, it's a lot of stuff blown out of proportion, but you can see that we're taking the right steps. We're taking the necessary steps. Justin, just speaking about him, you can tell in the areas of his game that he's elevated, which is awesome.
Aside from his play, have you kind of felt him embracing or growing more into just kind of the entire quarterback position that comes with off the field stuff too?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Justin's been I remember getting on the phone with James Campen, who was the O-line coach here, and he was my O-line coach in Green Bay, and I'm just talking with him about the Chargers in general, and I remember the first thing he's like, "You're gonna love Herbert," and that's been the carry, that's carried over throughout my entire time here. For everybody here, says the same thing. So yeah, I mean, he's grown in certain areas, and is mature. I don't know, you can probably say a bunch of stuff, but all in all, he's remained the same person and just maybe more comfortable. I don't know, but everybody still loves him, so cool.
One thing Austin mentioned when he was talking about sort of Justin taking that step is just like pre-snap recognition, calling stuff out, that sort of thing.
Yep.
When you're at center, that's obviously something that you did a lot of, early on in your time with Justin. But how do you feel when you're at center and you hear Justin kind of making some of those calls either before
awesome.
you can do it?
Yeah, it's really awesome. And again, speaking of that awareness, speaking of the areas of the game that he's elevated, I feel like that's one of them. And it's great to see. And again, but it's not perfect right now, and nothing's perfect right now. But the fact that you just see us taking steps over and over again is huge. Oh, great! Yeah, Jamaree and Zion both. Man, they have. I know Zion switching over, which I guess was what he played in college, and maybe a little bit more comfortable over there. But both those guys taking the steps. Again, speaking with everything, we're building day in and day out. But both those guys, steady Eddie, they're just ball players, man. They get it, and that's awesome to have both of them on either side.
Going back to we've seen Jordan and Foster get some expanded opportunities this week. What have you seen from them and their kind of first work with the first team this week?
Yeah, it's really cool to see. Foster's kind of we know Foster. He stepped up in a big way last year when we needed him to. It's awesome to see him. I feel like you make the most improvements when you get gameplay, like game time. And Foster came in. He's doing a great job. comes in the game, does a great job for us last year, stepping up in a big way when we needed him to. And now that's carried over to this camp where he feels more confident, a lot more poise. And so that's awesome to see him just build and build and build. Jordan, it was great. You know, in the springtime, we don't really do anything, and that's for a great reason, to take care of guys' bodies. In the first couple days of camp, I think everybody noticed Jordan, noticed the kind of player he is, and it was great to see him. It's great to see him come into his own. Now he's got to shift over to left tackle right now and take those reps. Again, doesn't blink. He's just another guy that's come in here, doesn't blink, steps up, just ready to go. And but yeah, Jordan really showed out in a positive way these early days in camp at guard, and excited to see him play.
Just going back to the run game for a second, do you feel like, obviously early days, like all the caveats, early days, not talking into the ground, all that kind of stuff, but are you guys closer from a philosophical perspective of having that type of identity that you guys are looking for in the run game?
Yeah, I think that we're talking about it a lot. We're putting a lot of emphasis, again, only speaking about what's going on right now. I feel like our emphasis on it, the things that we worked on, all from Kellen to Nuge to Sean, Phil, down to us, it's all been relayed. It's all been focused on, worked on. We just got to keep that up. We can't have a few good days and then back off. You know what I mean? So we just got to keep that rolling.
Has there been anything unique about Kellen Moore with him as your new coordinator?
Anything unique?
Yeah, just anything. That stood out to him about him as a coordinator.
I mean, great dude. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I don't know. I mean, he likes The Office.
The same way, I guess. Like all
Well,
coordinators.
everybody has their own little shtick, and
What's Kellen's shtick?
he's loves The Office.
Like the television show?
Yeah, the television show. Probably loves Our Office. I don't know. You have to ask him. But no, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Not really anything that sticks out, right now. But it's all been positive, So.
Keenan said he doesn't think he could get mad. He doesn't think Moore gets mad. Do you
Yeah,
agree with that?
okay, yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, he's very level-headed, which is great. I mean, it's that to me is kind of carried over from most offensive coaches that have been around. Level-headed, very analytical, smart, whatever. So typically the defensive coaches are the hot-headed ones, So, but yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Corey, this is kind of the first time in a while we've had the same offensive line coach here in back-to-back years. What's it been like with Coach Nugent in year 2 for you so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Like I said, for all of us, there's just been a little bit of adjustment. Kellen coming in, obviously, Nuge being here last year, coming in this year. It's been a little bit of an adjustment for him, just naturally. New guy comes in, new boss. And I feel like Nuge is taking it in stride and coached us extremely well. Again, like I said, for example, first day of practice, he's coaching me up on a specific technique. We go to the next period, I do it. So it's great to. I guess that could speak a little bit to how that carryover, a year of communication that we can build upon. It makes it easier to build upon.
Would you buy if you had $262 million?
Man, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. Lotto. I don't know. I'd probably get a NetJets subscription. My brother works at NetJets, so he could give me the key in there. But I don't know. That's probably what I would do.